going to discuss very important topic of Transfer of Property Act 1882, that is mortgage. Who is a mortgager? Who is a mortgagee? What do you mean by mortgage deed? What are the essentials of mortgage? What are the kinds of mortgage, etc.
Mortgage, the Transfer of Property Act 1882. What do you mean by mortgage? Under section 58A, mortgage is the transfer of an interest in the specific immobile property. For the purpose, what is the purpose? The purpose is securing payment of money, advanced or to be advanced, by way of loan. An existing or future debt or performance of an engagement which may give rise to a pecuniary liability. This is mortgage. So, from this definition, we can get what are the essentials of mortgage. First one, it is a transfer of interest, not the transfer of ownership. The ownership is not transferred in mortgage, like sale. In the mortgage, only the transfer of interest in some specific immobile property. The second essential is all the interests are not transferred, only some interests are transferred. The third essential is what is the purpose? The purpose of this transfer of interest is to give security for payment of loan. Mortgage is a transfer of property supported with some consideration, and consideration of mortgage is to secure a debt. These are the essentials of mortgage. Now we will discuss who is a mortgagor. The person who takes loan under a mortgage, that is, the person who transfers the interest in his immobile property, is called the mortgagor. And who is the mortgagee? The person in whose favor the property is mortgaged, that is, who advances loan, is called mortgagee. What do you mean by mortgage money? The sum of money taken as loan under mortgage is called mortgage money, and the instrument or deed of transfer is called mortgage deed. What are the kinds of mortgage? First, simple mortgage. When the mortgagor promises to pay the mortgage money, that is loan, without delivering the possession of the mortgage property. Mind it, without delivering the possession of the mortgage property, and agrees expressly or impliedly that in case of non-payment of loan, that is, if he is the defaulter, if he is unable to give that amount of money which he has taken as loan, if he is the defaulter, then the mortgagee shall have the right to cause the mortgage property to be sold. The mortgage is called the simple mortgage. Here, the mortgagor takes the personal undertaking to pay the loan, and the registration of document is essential. It is an apparent sale. What is called the mortgage by conditional sale. In this type of sale, there is an apparent sale with a condition that upon repayment of the consideration amount, the purchaser shall transfer the property to the seller. There is an ostensible sale of an immobile property. So, what do you mean by ostensible sale? Ostensible sale means a sale which apparently looks like a sale, but in reality there is no sale. It is intended to secure a debt. Suppose A sells this is the ostensible sale. His property to B. The condition is that if A pays the mortgage money, B will transfer the property to A. But in default of payment, the sale is absolute. This is called mortgage by conditional sale. Now, we will discuss the third kind of mortgage, that is usufructuary mortgage. In this mortgage, the mortgagor gives possession of the property to mortgagee. The mortgagor gives the possession of the property. Since the possession is with mortgagee, he gets the usufruct. What is the usufruct? Usufruct is the produce, the benefit, the rents or profits of the mortgage property. Here, the mortgagee is entitled to enjoy the benefits of the mortgage property in lieu of the interest of the principal money, that is debt, advanced by him. At payment of debt, the mortgagee has no right of possession. English mortgage. In this mortgage, there is absolute transfer of property to mortgagee, with a condition that when the debt is paid off on a certain date, the mortgagee shall retransfer. The mortgagee is bound to retransfer the property to the mortgagor. What is the difference between the English mortgage and the mortgage by conditional sale? Because this is almost same. So, what is the difference? In English mortgage, the mortgagor generally binds himself personally for the payment of debt. But in mortgage by conditional sale, the mortgagor does not necessarily bind himself personally and has his remedy only against the mortgage property. In English mortgage, the property is transferred absolutely. Absolutely the property is transferred, which is divested by payment of the debt on due date. But in the case of mortgage by conditional sale, there is transfer of conditional ownership. Transfer of conditional ownership, not the absolute transfer. Only the transfer of conditional ownership, which subsequently becomes absolute on non-payment of debt. The fifth kind of mortgage is mortgage by deposit of title deeds. In this mortgage, execution of mortgage deed by mortgagor is not necessary. Mere deposit of title deed of an immovable property by the mortgagor to the mortgagee is sufficient here. Title deeds are the legal proof that a person owns a particular property. Here, the possession of the title deed just like a security for repayment of loan. The last kind of mortgage is anomalous mortgage. A mortgage is anomalous mortgage when it is not a simple mortgage, a mortgage by conditional sale, or an usufructuary mortgage, an English mortgage, or mortgage by deposit of title deeds. It is a peculiar type of mortgage which is not under any above discussed head. The example of anomalous mortgage is simple mortgage usufructuary. In this type of mortgage, there are a mixture of two mortgages, simple mortgage and usufructuary mortgage. So, this is called anomalous mortgage. So, ending here, stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you.